Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the weekly read for Pisces. So first of all, if you'd like a personal reading with me, then just check out the description box below of how to book in. So, picked a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and what we've got for you this week, this is the overarching theme for the week, which is never-ending story. So this card is all about the stories that you've got from your past that you're rerunning over and over again. Now, it could be that you've got people in your life that reflect your past self or past people that you've been around. So you keep on getting with the same kind of people and you think that that's your story, but it's not your story. That's not you anymore. And so this week it's all about breaking away from those old stories that aren't really you anymore. You know, it could be that you are a completely different person than those people that you're around, and these experiences that you keep on having. You think that somehow it's a reflection of you, but it's not. It's not a reflection of you. You just keep on choosing the same over and over again because of this story that you've had. So this week is all about waking up to that, Pisces, and just realizing that's not your story. Knowing who you are deep inside so that you can create the life that is really for you. So this is about never-ending story. Let me read what Colette Baron-Reid has written about this, because you might get more from this. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It's the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come tumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, that wants to protect you and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story. And the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. Now, this is especially pertinent to Pisces, you know, because Pisces, you're very sensitive souls and you can take other people's stuff on so easily. You're the natural empaths. And so just be careful of that. This week, let go of those things that just aren't you. They just aren't you. I found it in my own story recently too, around all of these people that are with lots of partners that are cheating on people. And that's not me. That's not what I do at all. Yet I was in this story over and over again until I just realized that's not me. That's not me. I'm a faithful person. So let's pick out some more cards for you this week. Right, so first cards out, we've got refocus and mystery. So this is all about what is possible. It's opening up to those possibilities. So once you've let go of the old stories or those old stories that you've been living, you need to open up to what is possible now. And that's the mystery. So sometimes the mystery can scare us. We want to know what's going to happen, and you might be coming on to watch readings like this because you want to know what's going to happen. You want that security of knowing, but really the magic is in the mystery. It's like the difference between a surprise birthday party and a birthday party that you organize yourself. You invite everyone to it. You know what food there's going to be. You know everything about it because you've organized it. Not so much fun, but a surprise birthday party can be a lot of fun. And that's what life is about. The universe has got so many surprises, so many miracles for you. And the only way to open up into that is to embrace the mystery. And so refocusing yourself on what is possible rather than trying to get the outcome that you want. So this week is not so much about focusing on goals, trying to steer your life in a certain direction, but being wide open to the mystery, because the universe and your higher self has your back. Okay, what else have we got going on this week for Pisceans? Ooh, love. Okay, we've got Lovers and Feel It. Right, so this is all about what you want in an intimate romantic relationship, what you want in a loving relationship. Now, this applies whether you're in a relationship or not. So those Pisceans that are in a relationship, this is about feeling what you really want to feel within that relationship. Maybe focusing on the good parts of the relationship that you're in, so that you can feel those things that you really want to feel within that relationship. And when you feel it, so say you want to feel more fun within a relationship. So when you're focusing on the things that are fun within your relationship, or things that have been fun within your relationship, that feeling of fun is going to attract more of that to you. Your focus on how fun that they are is going to attract more of that out of them too. For those single Pisces out there, same thing. You imagine a relationship, or look back at your past relationships, pick out the best bits of those. What did you really enjoy? Imagine a future relationship of what you really enjoyed about that. You know, it could be that you want to be more secure, you want to feel more secure. So focus on those past relationships, those parts of the relationships that made you feel that, so that you can feel that again. Great way of doing this is using your imagination, and I know you've got a great imagination, Pisces. So feel what it is that you want to feel in those loving relationships now by imagining it, and that's going to attract it towards you this week. I want to get a little bit more information about relationships. That's great advice. But let's see what's actually going on for you. Okay, okay. This is funny. So we've got get what I want and rest. And what I heard when I picked these cards was give it a rest. So in relationships, demanding what you want, it's like that nagging energy, you know, telling people over and over again what it is that you want. It's not necessarily a great way of going about things to get what you want. So the guidance is to give that a rest. You know, there's better ways of going around it. The best way of getting what you want is to give it yourself. Okay, and it can seem that the stuff that we want, we get from the external world. We want it to come from someone else. We want it to come from outside of us. But the way that the world works is that we're the creator spirits. It's what we've got in our minds and in our hearts that brings that toward us. And so, for example, if you want someone to look after you, that's really you wanting to look after yourself. If you start looking after yourself, then naturally everyone will look after you too. You set the bar. You set the bar in every part of your life. And so instead of asking in your relationships for what you want, start giving yourself, give that a rest, and start giving yourself what it is that you want. You'll find that your relationships, any kind of relationship, this isn't just romantic relationships, any kind of relationships, work relationships, friendships, family, all of it. Great advice. Now, what about career, work? What have we got going on this week? Oh, now I'm seeing changes for Pisces this week in your work. So it might be that you've quit your job, you're thinking about quitting your job, you're thinking about doing something new. It's really important this week to set your sights on something that you'd really love. And this goes as well if you're in the same job too. You might shift what it is that you're doing, shift your focus. If you've got a business, you might start doing more of what you love, more of things that you really enjoy. The cards that are out is who is aware and love. And so I was asking about career and jobs when I picked these cards out. So this is about your awareness of who you are, your awareness of what you love, your awareness of what's in your heart, so that you can choose what you love. You can choose to do what you love. You can start doing, you can start focusing on the tasks that you really love doing. So if you're in a work situation, it could be that you divide the tasks out differently. You start doing more of what you love, let someone else do more of what they love. Really, because if the whole world was doing what they love, then everything would be done. We start messing the world up when we think that we have to do what we don't love doing. Then we take that job from someone who would love doing it, and it all gets messed up and no one's happy. So be really aware of yourself this week, of what it is in your heart, what it is you really love doing, and focus yourself toward that, especially if you're changing jobs or changing what you do. It's the most important focus that you can have is in your heart, what you love doing, what you really love doing. Set your sights on that. Now, how about abundance and money? Okay, so the cards that are out for abundance and money this week for you, Pisces, is detachment and romance. So are you looking for a savior? Are you looking for someone to come in and sort your money problems out? Are you thinking that your romantic life has got all the answers? Because it's not true. Detach your abundance from your romance life. It doesn't need to be connected. It's better if it's not connected. You don't want to mess those things up. You don't want to mess your love life up by trying to get something else off them, you know. That's like going into a restaurant and then trying to get them to give you big muscles. It's like you go to the gym for your muscles and you go to the restaurant to eat. And so same, take the pressure off your romantic relationships by detaching the abundance, the money aspect, the financial part of it from those relationships. Take the pressure off. And so what do you attach it to? You take your power, your spiritual power. So everyone has access to abundance. You know, it's like an apple tree. An apple tree, it grows apples. It doesn't care who has the apples. It's available to anyone. And the same is true for any kind of abundance in the universe. We all have equal access to it, and it just depends on how much we'll allow in our lives. And so back to this first message of refocusing on the mystery, being open to all possibilities, what's possible for you now in your financial situation, through you feeling good about yourself, because that's what allows it to come in. Okay, so more about money and abundance. We've got face the situation and be vulnerable. So it could be that you're trying to ignore your finances. You might not want to look at your bank statements. You might not want to look at what your credit card total is. You might be ignoring some bills that have come in. You might not be wanting to face any of it at all, and because it makes you feel vulnerable. But you see, that feeling of vulnerability, the more that you resist it, the more it persists, right? What you resist persists. And so you don't actually get rid of the vulnerability by ignoring it. Face it, sort stuff out. Even if you don't have the money to pay the bills right now, if you face those bills, if you put it into a spreadsheet and decide, you know, when some money comes in, I've got these 3 bills, I'm going to keep a quarter of the money for myself, and I'm going to pay a quarter off of these bills, and I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to face it. That kind of decision is an empowered decision, and that starts the abundance flowing in. When you're facing the situation, you're feeling that vulnerability that you feel, you're feeling the fear if you feel that, but you're putting a plan in action, and that sets the wheels in motion for stuff to come in. So all in all, a good week for you. Let's have a look again at the overriding message. Remember, it's the never-ending story. Change can only happen in your life if you let go of the old stories and see what's possible now. Great week for you, Pisces. If you'd like a private reading, then just check out the description box below of how to book in with me. I'll be doing these every week now, so click subscribe and like, so you can, if you like my style of reading, then you can watch them every week. Also, Psychic Cafe every morning, my morning, which is Bangkok time, 8 o'clock in the morning. I do that show live every day, so come along, a coffee, chat, I'll answer your questions and give you mini readings as well, so we can catch up and get to know each other. Have a fantastic week, Pisces, and I'll see you next week. Bye.